once now, and he's jumped right in. His speech is on blockchain technology. His speech title is called Blockchain and Elevator Pitch, and I will be evaluating Kireet on his speech objectives. The purpose of this project is for him to learn or review basic research methods and prepare a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic, in this case, blockchain. The speech may be humorous, informational, any style the member chooses. The speech content, and style should work well together. It's not a report on the project, it's the actual project. So, Kireet, come on up, and I want to learn. I'd love to learn more. It's a hot topic right now on the subject of blockchain and crypto.
5 to 7.
It's 5 to 7 minutes?
Yep.
I believe it's 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
It's for our timekeeper. Thank you. Come on up, Kireet.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for that warm introduction, Mike, Mr. Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, greetings. Do you ever walk into a room or a conversation and feel that you ought to know a little more about the topic? Perhaps you hear a lot of buzzwords. Big data, machine learning, artificial intelligence. These are all some of the buzzwords I encountered early on in my career. However, there's been one elusive topic that behooved me because I wasn't well prepared, and my stance on it remained mediocre as a result. My rendezvous with blockchain started 4 years ago when I was in a startup. I remember a rushed lunch hour when I heard my colleagues, who we'll refer to as Ben and Peter, talking in excited voices about some new technology. For a second, I thought they were talking about Bitcoin, which I knew was making waves. It was a digital currency that everybody was talking about. So I slowed down just to hear what they were talking about and gauge their ideas. Not having much to contribute, I finished my lunch and followed Ben and Peter into the elevator back to the office. So the following speech is my attempt at a good elevator pitch had I had more knowledge on the topic. Hey Ben, I heard Peter and you talking about blockchain and banking transactions. That's pretty cool, man. You know what? I was in a webinar on the same topic last week, but I walked out with a lot of security concerns. And it's interesting that you keep saying this is revolutionary and game-changing, but that's not what I felt. Maybe you could talk to me about what you think about blockchain. Sure, Kireet. For starters, blockchain is a new digital ledger system that can record virtually anything of value. It's got a low cost of operations, high security, and it's virtually tamper-proof. That's why I keep saying that it's game-changing and revolutionary. All right, Ben, I hear you. That sounds like a lot of good information, but it's also a bit complex, and there are a lot of buzzwords in there. Let me see if I can use email as an analogy and capture Peter and your conversation. So you are a node and have a file of transactions on your computer or a ledger that you want to email out. There are two other salesmen who we'll call miners that also have the same file on their computers, making this distributed. As you start making your transaction, your computer emails these miners just to inform them. And both the miners start competing to see whether you can afford that transaction. The first to respond and validate your approach hits reply all, attaches his logic to the work, calling it a proof of concept. If the other salesman agrees, everybody just updates their file. Is that the gist of it? Peter, what do you think? Sure, Kireet, that's the general idea of blockchain, but there's a lot more that's going on here. Firstly, blockchain is not new. It's been created based on scientific papers that go back to the 90s. But blockchain has been on the rise recently, and Bitcoin has helped. Blockchain is the backbone of digital currencies like Bitcoin and several others. Let's take a step back and look at traditional banking transactions. With banks, you always have a third-party intermediary that's trusted and is used for all the financial transactions. With blockchain, that's replaced with a cohesive, interconnected system of verification. And that's analogous to the mining salesman that you talked about. This actually creates a high level of traceability throughout blockchain and a higher degree of trust and security. So think about this. While banks really start to trust blockchain, it's been published that in 2016 alone, $20 billion of the global GDP has been held in blockchain. What's more, when companies like IBM, Facebook, Oracle join this club, that number is projected to be between 60 to 70% by 2025. All the numbers aside, I just want to learn more about what you read in your webinar and what your security concerns were with blockchain. Peter, that was some great information. I think I read that in 2008, the founder of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, was quoted in his white paper and referred to the blockchain platform. And he said that we've essentially created an electronic platform, a transactional platform that doesn't rely on trust. And I thought that blockchain was pretty secure and had no bugs. However, I also found out that its implementation in all these digital currencies has a lot of gaping holes. For example, all the digital transactions that occur with cryptocurrencies end up using a centralized cryptographic exchange. These exchanges are vulnerable. We were shown a simulation of a hacker taking control via an eclipse attack, where all the nodes on the blockchain need to constantly communicate with each other and exchange data and compare numbers. When one node goes down, it compromises the integrity of all the other nodes, and that can be used to trick consumers and just the network in general to confirm fake transactions. Just imagine those poor miners hitting reply all and never getting a response. Hey guys, our floor's here, by the way. So in summary, I presented my research into blockchain technology, presented its concept, and briefly outlined some pros and cons. All of this was done in a conversational forum because I also wanted to highlight that we have less time on hand sometimes to present knowledgeable topics. I'll leave you with the following fact. In February of 2019, IBM confirmed that their blockchain technology has been used or is being used right now to monitor and reduce groundwater usage in California. I hope you found this interesting.
Thanks, Kireet.